AITA for leaving dinner early and causing a scene in front of my wife's family? Let me preface this by saying that I am 35, love my wife, f 40. I just think she can be a bit inconsiderate at times. My son, 15M, has what my wife calls a deadpan voice. While I admit he doesn't show much enthusiasm when speaking, I think he has a right to express himself in his own way. My wife, however, insists that he needs to be more enthusiastic and vocal. She often tells him to speak up, or say it with feeling, and I can tell that it gets to him. My wife recently started taking a different approach, which I can tell really bothers him. When addressing him, she talks in the most enthusiastic voice she can muster. She'll even go so far as to clap her hands and make facial expressions as she talks to him. How was school today? Tell me all about it. Speak loudly and with enthusiasm. Quote, think kindergarten teacher talking to her students. My son just looks at her like she's crazy and I can tell he's embarrassed. I have tried to privately talk to my wife about this, but she doesn't seem to get it. She insists that her way is the right way and that our son needs to learn how to be more outgoing. So fast forward to yesterday. We were celebrating Christmas at my sister-in-law's house and my son asked me to pass the gravy. My wife, in her usual enthusiastic voice, started saying, say it with feeling. Honey, can you ask for the gravy with enthusiasm? I snapped. It's one thing to do this when it's just the two of us. But doing this in front of our family was too much. I got up, took my son, and took him to the movies, leaving my wife with the other family members. After we got back, my wife pulled me aside and absolutely ripped into me for causing a scene. She said that I was embarrassing her and that I was out of line. I told her that I was tired of her trying to fix our son's personality and that I felt this was a good opportunity to make a point. My wife's family hasn't said anything to me, but I've been getting a lot of judgmental looks from them. I just wanted to stick up for my son. But did I go too far? AITA? NTA. Your wife is mocking your son in front of your family. It's ridiculous. Edit. Thanks for the award. NTA. You actively brought this up multiple times in private with your wife. She has lost all claim to ask for this matter to remain in private because she refuses to act appropriately after being addressed. You are looking out for the mental health of your son and didn't force him to sit there and be exposed to harassment from your wife. Info. I know you said you love your wife, but is she like this with everything? How long has this ridiculous requirement for enthusiasm been going on? How else does she treat your son? Edit to add. NTA. Don't know what deadpan even means, but it sure as hell does sound like a compliment. Good for you with standing up for your son though. NTA. She's purposely embarrassing him in front of the family and treating him like a toddler. Your son is 15. NTA. As a person with a deadpan voice, I appreciate a parent going through the effort to tell their kid it's alright to be that way. Doesn't mean they don't care. That's just how they talk. Loudly and with enthusiasm. NTA. INTA. Your wife's method is annoying as hell and it's going to get the opposite reaction she wants. I know I'd avoid her like the plague if she did that to me. Either that or start talking as obnoxiously as possible. I can see telling him to speak up if he mumbles. But speak with enthusiasm? Nah. Heartbreaking. Your wife is bullying your son and you did the right thing standing up for him. NTA. NTA, and good on you for making a stand for your son. He will remember this act his entire life as an example of how you stood up for him and how you have his back. NTA, but your wife absolutely sucks. Get ready for your son to go and see when he moves out. NTA. Her doing this would drive me insane. And it's definitely doing damage to your son. I'm surprised he still even speaks around her. NTA. If she felt embarrassed in front of everyone, she got a taste of her own medicine. She needs to stop. Maybe the wrong time. But honestly, it seems like your wife doesn't respect your opinion on the matter. Turning it into a big thing seemed like your only option. Keep checking in with your son away from your wife. Maybe even start making a joke about it. NTA. NTA. Stick up for your kid. NTA. Your wife sounds like a condescending bee. Good job standing up for your son. She needs to stop. NTA. And your wife's approach won't work. She looks foolish talking like that. Your son witnesses it and will not replicate it or anything close. The last thing a 15-year wants it to look foolish. As someone with the same kind of speaking manner, at 15 this behavior would have made me retreat back into myself. It's bizarre she thinks this inappropriate. He's not dumb. Don't talk to him like he's 3. NTA. I can't wait for his overly enthusiastic, sarcastic response to her in the most inappropriate place. Possible open mouth smile. Maybe you and your son should start talking to her like some people talk to their pets. In that kind of baby talk, super sweet kind of way. Like if she makes dinner, be like, "Who's the good girl? Who's the good girl?" Quote. NTA. My daughter is the same way and she has high-functioning autism. She doesn't really get excited by anything either unless it's something she's really into. Honestly, I don't get why anyone would ask for gravy or similar requests with enthusiasm either. If someone spoke to me with overly enthusiastic attitude about a small request like that, I would think they were talking to me like you hear people talk in a high-pitched voice to babies or small toddlers. It would be demeaning, as I'm not either of those. NTA. She embarrassed herself. Apparently, she is okay with embarrassing your son. I guess we should only worry about her? Thank you for sticking up for your son. Let her family look all they want. He needs his parents to be his advocate and not a bully trying to force him to be someone he isn't.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.